Hello boys and girls, my name is White Rhino PSO, and today I am playing some more Covert Action. At the end of the previous video, I broke into this building owned by the Revolutionary Guards, and as you can see at the top of the screen, time is currently passing, so I'm going to try and explain things quickly. On the left-hand side of the screen, I mentioned the right-hand side being the map and status earlier. On the left-hand side of the screen is the actual game, what's happening to your character in an overhead view. Some of the furniture, which is randomly placed when you first enter a building, is a little hard to tell what things are. In front of me is a desk. So what you can do is hit F1 to open the drawer and then F2 to take a photograph. And because the camera only has so much film, you only get so many little snippets, potentially get so many snippets of information from a break-in. This one mentions that the $5,500 that I heard mention of earlier was specifically withdrawn from the account of Fatima Akbar. This is information that pretty much just corroborates something I already knew. You always want to close the drawers of desks and close doors behind yourself as you go, because otherwise guards may notice something is different and sound an alarm. Now, on the right-hand side of the screen in the map, you can actually see little white dots moving around. Those are enemy forces. That's why having the... somebody's trying to come in. If you duck down behind furniture... Oh, shit. Oh, I took him out before he could sound the alarm. Okay, so if you are ducked down behind furniture, generally the enemies won't see you. And I was able to take him out. Supposedly, the pistol and Uzi both have knockout darts in this game, I guess to make sure it's T for teen. Oh, somebody else is coming in. I took out that guard and then walked into his corpse, or his body. That was... Basically, that just clears out... I'll just take him down while he's here. I am now... You can see at the top left, I was wearing a all-black outfit before. Now I'm wearing a white t-shirt. This is to let me know that I am now disguised. Fatima Akbar is a special agent. That is something else we already knew. That was a floor... not a floor safe. A wall safe that I just opened, by the way. As long as you are disguised, if you are facing away from an enemy guard, then they most likely won't be able to see you. Another thing that happens when you walk into the body of a guard is you'll get some supplies. It's always grenades. But so I'm going to be going around checking the different desks and safes and such in this building. So more information about that message, someone of the Muslim Jihad on January 2nd, and it gives me a name, and that name is, that's an H, A-U-R-O-U-N-A, Jesus, the names in this game right now, and Nasser. Harana Nassar. Nasser? Alright, close that up again. These here are computers, which are also one of the best things to find when you're breaking into a place. You hit the investigate button, and you can see at the right-hand side of the screen over my safe cracking kit, each computer I go to gives me one letter of a code. And if I'm able to figure out what that code is, then I can use a computer to search for any one piece of information. Even though this particular code is very short, I don't have any idea what that word could be. Alright, so now I am in a file room. This here is a typewriter, and I actually have a little cheat sheet of what the best items in which rooms to place bugs on. So now I have bugged that typewriter and then turned around just in time for another guard to pop in. The guards all move around pretty erratically. That same name out of a file cabinet. I think I can safely go to this next room. I believe, yep, I put a bug on a couch. I'll bug that couch too. And as you go throughout the building, oh, hello. So that, I'm pretty sure, is Fatima Akbar. I do not want to interact with her because the only option would be to arrest her. And I don't want to do that. This is a painting. You can put bugs behind paintings as well. I do not want to arrest her because that might break the whole plot. Like I was mentioning in the previous video, as you are doing things, time is passing and the plot is going through. If a person cannot complete their job, either because somebody they're supposed to give an item to or get money from is arrested, or maybe they've completed their job, I'll put another bug there, then they will go into hiding, and that can be a way that a case just ends extremely fast. There's a lot of desks in here. Now I know where the Revolutionary Guards have a hideout in Baghdad. Not necessarily the most useful of information, but if I happen to need to go to Baghdad, then it will be useful. Ooh. So one of the safest things to do when you are disguised and a guy comes into the room and you don't plan on taking him out is just to put yourself in a corner like you've been a bad boy. Or, I guess, girl in the case of my character. Here we go. Okay. The red things are floor safes. Sometimes it'll give you a floor plan. Sometimes it will give you a gas mask. If you're lucky, it will give you a crap ton of information about the plot going on right now. All right, checking the map, I see a few potential computers, but I don't see any more floor safes, which kind of sucks. The only way to convince an enemy agent to become a double agent for you is by finding information in a floor safe. Ooh, he actually saw me. Finding information in a floor safe that it, I guess, incriminates them in a way that you blackmail them into being a friendly agent for you. Alright. I believe I already bugged that room, but I'm not sure. That's the one bad thing about finding the floor plan. I'll put a typewriter bug. Is L-O... I still don't know what that could be. Paintings are one of the worst things to bug. Plants are better than painting. Couches are better than plants. Typewriters and... Shit, there's no other computers. Alright, so I'm going to put my last bug there, and then I'm going to get out of this place. Normally, when I find a suspect in a building, I will arrest them. This time I decided not to because I didn't think I had information. Here's one of those news bulletins. Message traffic detected from Washington. So a message from Washington has now gone out. So I'm going to leave. Oh, here we go. As I pull away from the curb, you notice 2 cars seem to be following you. Checking your rearview mirror, you notice they seem to be filled with heavily armed men. So now we're in the driving minigame, and God, how I hate this. Alright, so on the left-hand side is a very large overhead map. The upper right, the game shows you, I guess, the road as well as how fast you're going and the current time. Oh God, CIA headquarters is super far away. And on the right, the game will show you a zoomed-in overhead map that shows your car as well as enemy cars. To get caught during the driving minigame, you have to... You get caught if an enemy vehicle ends up hitting you nose to nose. I don't Yeah, see, he's going to, like, try and go... Yeah, I knew this was coming. Yeah, so... The pursuers run me off the road. So now, I am dumped right... A large sedan cuts you off and forces you off the road. Heavily armed men pile out of the car as you scramble for cover. Alright, so now... Oop. Okay, so now it's a quick combat minigame that is very difficult. And I'm gonna... Okay, there were only 3 of them, and thankfully I took all 3 of them out. As you look over the remains of your former adversaries, you find conclusive evidence that they came from the Revolutionary Guards. Let me... Alright. So, hold on one second. Alright, so I have made it out of the Revolutionary Guards building, and I was able to take out the pursuing guys from the car without taking any damage, so I didn't have to lose too much time. Now I want to go to the CIA office because I have a coded message. I have potentially 2 coded messages to do. So first one was Haruna Nasser sending a message to Fatima Akbar of the Revolutionary Guard in Washington. All right, this is the cryptography minigame screen. It might look a little confusing or a little hard to understand. Basically, each of these letters stands for another letter. In the lowest difficulty, you'll get punctuation as well as at least 1 correct letter given to you, whereas on the highest difficulty, you don't even get spaces between the words, which can make it very difficult. So now I have to look at this and try and figure out a grouping of letters that might correspond to something. Now, even though MI6 is involved, I don't see the number 6. For whatever reason, numbers are always exactly a number. Jesus Christ. No. Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. How? No, because I was going to think this is revolutionary, REV, but then CNC. Maybe. Let's try that. O is O, W is F. No, that can't be right. F10 clears out all your previously attempted guesses. How about this one? That one for there, that one for there. Oh, here we go. A lot of the times these coded messages will try and throw in stuff that's made to sound casual, like, how is this place? Wish you were here. So I'm thinking maybe this one might be how is actually no, because see, OW I can't, well, actually no. Maybe O is T and P is N. No, because what the hell does hound mean? Alright, let me do this again. Let's try this one again. That one. T, K, like that. To the something. Oh, here we go. Nope. V is that, so that one's... The U and the V can be kind of confusing when you first start playing the game. G, G could be you. This looks closer. Oh, here we go. Your something. A could be we. The made? No. Your of the, damn it, because this of the Revolutionary Guard. Oh, that's no. Okay. Let's try this again. Of the something something No, good lord. Well, another thing you can do is hit F1 and it will burn 1 hour to give you a definite result. Alright, so that's R. So maybe our two. I still think this is of the, wait a minute, here, found, yeah, okay, revolutionary, yeah, alright, ARDS, okay, we're making some progress, the goodwill, there we go, goodwill, your something will be needed to said something. Oh, seduce the prison warden. This something should be a piece. There we go. Your special charms will be needed to seduce the prison warden. This case should be a piece of cake. All glory to our steadfast allies, the Revolutionary Guards. Our sympathizers can be found everywhere. With you in Washington, our cause cannot fail. Your success assures the goodwill of the Muslim Jihad. Okay, so more time gets burnt. But now that we've decoded this message, we know a bunch of information. So, Haruna Nasser is the organizer in Baghdad. Which is good. She's the Muslim Jihad, though, so I know where the Revolutionary Guards are in Baghdad from the previous break-in. Fatima Akbar is the Black Widow. That one I knew. She's in Washington. And then it gives you a kind of summary of what the coded message actually said after taking out, like, the flavor text. Coded messages. Yeah. For whatever reason, sometimes if you get a coded message and then find bits of information from either side, even though it's the same message, the game will show it as two separate entries. So that was one message that I had that I just decoded. So, what do we have here now? So I know that she is here, but I do not have... I can't make her a double agent. And I think if I arrest her, it will close off the plot completely. So instead, I'm going to go to the airport. Wiretap at the Revolutionary Guard Washington location reveals Fatima Akbar met with Agent I of the MI6 in Tripoli. Alright, so Agent I, MI6, Tripoli. And now the CIA Washington location, which I just left. Fatima Akbar has just returned from a trip to Tripoli. Surprising that she went to Tripoli and back in about the span of 3 hours while I was decoding her message. So, this is the airport screen. Washington is always a selectable location, and for whatever reason is always the second location on the list. And it is very far away. So generally, if you can arrest somebody safely, you want to do so before leaving Washington. Sadly, I don't have the capability of making her a double agent unless it's possible that the red floor safe resets when you leave and come back, but I don't know if I want to burn time going in and out of the building just to try and get one person. Instead, okay, there's Baghdad. And Tripoli is actually on the way. What do I know about Tripoli? I know where the MI6 is in. I know the MI6 office in Tripoli. So, I think I'm going to go to Tripoli just because it's on the way toward Baghdad. And I'm going to see if I can find out anything about Agent I. Which, I don't have anybody specifically tied to MI6. I just know that they are somehow involved. Alright, place a wiretap. 10 minutes, so they have no idea that I'm here. That absolutely did nothing, and I didn't even realize it. Grab that one to put there. Martha Conrad. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Martha Conrad I already knew. Oh, she is in MI6. So she might be the one that Fatima Akbar met with. Alright. I can see... Huh. Didn't even realize I was going to fix that one. Alright, Martha Conrad received a message from someone of the Muslim Jihad. Another message I can decode if I don't end up finding too much information about it while I'm here. She was recruited in Rome and the Revolutionary Guards, as well as David Cook. That is a new name. I should probably think of a better way to put all of my information in the future. So now I've got David Cook, Ismailia Khaled, which I haven't heard anything else about, Haruna Nasser, who something in Baghdad. Oregon? Why the hell did I write Oregon? See, this is the worst part about writing my own notes. Airline ticket Sabinus 47 was purchased in Tripoli. I pretty much know that already. Now I'm going to break in. And on the off chance that I can get more information through wiretapping. Wiretapping, I believe, gives you 35% chance to get information, and each bug you place increases that percent. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, which room you place it in, as well as on what piece of furniture you place the bug on, is dependent on the percentage. So putting a bug on a computer is a lot better than putting it on a painting. Alright, so I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now there was only one door to go in, so I go in there. You always want to close the door behind you when you enter a building, because otherwise the guards will see you and you'll be buggered. Martha Conrad met with somebody of the Revolutionary Guards. This, sometimes you get little snippets of information here too. So warden let me to Ms. Widow, charming penthouse, and I know the MI6 are in Baghdad. Do I risk going into the next room? It looks like he did. Whoever's here did not go into this room. Jump over the couch. Sneak over here. Typewriters are good for bugs. I have the picture of a bald man. Bald man, glasses. Demon eyes. Jesus Christ. Close that up again. I'm gonna come on. Moving around with the keypad can be a little weird in this game. Computer, so I can get part of a password. It's another short one, which is good. Muslim Jihad, I already knew that. That was close. Ah, shit, I forgot. I think couches are better too. Damn it, the alarm's off now. Okay, put one on a typewriter. So, now the alarm is going off. When the alarm goes off, that means that if you're wearing a disguise, the disguise is broken. And not only that, but now enemies flood toward the room that you are in. Thankfully, the alarm is still going on, but it's no longer an active alarm. Which means that there's less chance that enemies will be flooding toward your room. And eventually the alarm does turn off. Okay, the alarm did turn off. So now I can grab his clothing. And, ooh, and a floor safe. Okay, so this is one of the better pieces of information. This shows that the only person in MI6 that is part of the plot is Martha Conrad, who is in Tripoli. Where's Martha Conrad? I had that written somewhere. Oh, right here. So, actually, she is in the building that I'm in. Did I already grab that letter? I guess I did. What the hell? I guess I already grabbed those at some point. I'll put a bug on there. I don't know what the message could be. Guy coming into the room. Sometimes a guy will just stand by a door and continue to open and close it, and it can be real annoying. Tel Aviv. Alright, another computer I can grab a letter from. Alright, stolen. Alright, so I know Martha Conrad, but I don't know how she is related to the plot. She is the inside contact. Well, I mean, roll. When a person works for MI6 or the Mossad, I believe the only option they can have for their role is an inside contact. Sometimes when you use a computer to search for information like that, the game will sound the alarm because the computer's been messed with. I found some frag grenades. I was really hoping... Shit. Wow, that was pretty close. I'm going to run over here and grab the body. I was really hoping that that red safe would give me enough information to turn Martha into a double agent. Alright. Come on. Another computer system. This one's got a longer password though, so I might not actually be able to guess it. Another bug. I think for the sake of trying to make sure that this plot fails, I'm going to arrest Martha, even if I can't turn her into a double agent. I am going to take one quick look in the rooms to the right. Ooh, good. Here we go. I find incriminating information which will turn Martha Conrad into a double agent. And even better, the master plan. So now, this tells us that there are 5 people as part of the plot, not including the mastermind. But this shows that the photographer, that's his role. that the smiling black lady, I can't remember anything about her. She's the organizer. Ooh, that's what organ means. All right. Top left should be Haruna Nasser, who should be in Baghdad, but I don't know who she works for. Next up is, I believe, Martha Conrad. Yeah, because Inside Contact, she's here. Then is the Black Widow, who is Fatima Akbar. Then that might be David Cook at the right, who would be the photographer. And then the blackmailer, that actually might be Ismaila Khaled. But I am actually out of time right now, so I'm going to drop my last bug. And I'm going to leave this video here. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.